right, we back on the scene with another series of what? No feelings, just facts. I'm your own Clevonne, Miss Tosha V on the scene, and this is a place right here where we just having some talk.
Okay, so what we talking about?
We got a whole lot to talk about. Hey, so I forgot, what do we do this show for? What do we? I forgot. We do so. We do a lot on the show. We talk about a whole lot. We talk about spirituality. We want you to find yourself. Just be happy. That's what we. That's
Your
what we
premise
focus on.
was to help people.
Yeah, to help people. Exactly. Even though I got bashed for it. Okay, so everybody got a problem with me for encouraging you to do better. Fuck you.
Oh wow. Okay.
All right, let's go here really quick. I got one of these questions. Have you looked at the thing, like following up like with the big issue with Kanye West? Have you followed up with that?
I've seen clips of it on TikTok or whatever.
What's your thought on that?
I don't have any.
No?
No, I don't have it. Why, it resonates with you or something?
I think the thing that bothered me is just looking at it as a father. That's it.
Like what aspect?
I say because a lot of people who's been through that can relate. Like they want to be there for their kid and it's hurtful. So for me, I looked at it from that aspect of being in his shoes and being in that position.
Oh, okay.
You get what I'm saying? I thought that was, I don't know.
But do you think that's the place to take it to? Do you think it was wise to take it to social media?
Yes, I want to tell you why. It's because this man gets a lot of slack already. Everybody's calling him crazy. He already gets a lot of slack of just the way he thinks, the way he goes about everything, and he gets bashed on a regular. So nobody sees on the back end of what he's dealing with when it comes to him being a father, his struggle. So I think it was a good place to take it, in my opinion, especially when somebody like that is getting bashed. Have you heard about all the different trends about him getting bashed, him not being all the way there mentally?
Yeah,
So if they can bash him like that, why can't he put out there like, this is my fight?
I understand.
Especially everybody involved. I really hate that. I hate that part. Now, what do you think about that when he was saying, I called the sister's boyfriend, wouldn't say nothing. So it's like everybody working together against you. Like, what's your thought on that?
I mean, I look at it from both angles, but it came back out that it was just a misunderstanding, right? That he ended up like getting the address or whatever is misunderstanding, or you think that was just PR cleanup?
No, I think it was full cleanup.
Oh, okay.
Because that's a lot of press directed towards. And everybody involved, like seriously, I don't think that's cool. Just from a person who's been through it, I don't think it's really cool.
Gotcha.
So that's another thing. That was another question to come and ask for you, Tosha.
What?
Do Tosha like big dick or medium dick?
You serious? Nobody asked you that. Nobody asked you that shit. Don't do me. Didn't nobody ask you that? Didn't nobody slide in my DM asking me shit? So why would they ask you?
They just sent you a dick pic.
Why? What? Really?
Have you got any dick pics?
I have, but
yeah. Oh, okay. Big dick or medium dick?
It don't really. That's what. Okay.
I'm messing with you.
You woke up and chose violence this morning.
I'm not messing with you. I'm messing with you. Look, we got to be able to smile.
Okay.
This is going to definitely help somebody. I got a question. Hey, it is definitely going to help somebody because somebody out there is compromising like a mud. And I thought Tosha was going to help you analyze which one is the best one. But this is another thing I gotta ask this question. All right, you know how a lot of us, because I've been stupid, right? Past has been stupid, and I always bring up on the show of all the stupidity I did. So I was thinking about today, I said, man, I done cheated, I done went backwards, and I done been stupid. How do we get to a point where we start breaking the stupidity in our own mind? Because a lot of people won't admit, like, I've been stupid, like I've been doing some stupid stuff.
Right. I mean, sometimes it comes from inexperience, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so once you learn from it, you just don't repeat it. But you say you went backwards.
I went backwards, man. Like I get out of a situation, go right back to the same ignorance. It never fails, never fails. And I'm sitting over here like Kanye West talking about they won't let me at the party. You know, I call my baby mama and her sister then won't tell me what my baby at. You know,
right.
I got been in a position like that because we go through repetitive cycles. So that's a bad thing. But why do you think a lot of people cheat? Like when you look at it, why do you think a lot of people continuously cheat?
I mean, listen, I don't know. It's wow. Is they're missing something? They're looking for something.
Why did you cheat?
Really, what's up with you today?
Answer the damn question.
You-
Tasha, why did you cheat? You said it on a couple of lives before.
Wow.
Why did you cheat? Now, they just know that you got cheating in your spirit. You're not just all soft-spoken.
Wow.
So, come on, answer.
Okay.
Answer. Don't be trying to be an evangelist all of a sudden.
I cheated. I wasn't. Oh, it's a number of different reasons. I get bored. I get bored in relationships, so I go seek that out. Sometimes it's retaliation, like they move first, I move next, and other times it's just shit. Was done with the relationship, and didn't just know how to say, "Hey, I'm done." So I just went and started something else up.
What do you think goes through a woman's head, like when a woman is actually in a situation like
It
that?
depends on the woman. Are you talking about getting cheated on or cheating?
Both. Like that's like a big misunderstanding a lot of times, because a lot of people, when they get in their feelings, I can tell you from my perspective as a male how most men feel about it. But what's your thought? And then like different definitions of cheating too.
It is, but let's focus on.
Come on, keep up.
I am keeping up, but I feel like you shooting for me today. But
No.
honestly, that's
Get out
how
your
I
feelings.
feel.
Get out your feelings. It's no feelings, just facts.
It really,
Give the facts.
it really, honestly, from my experience with it, it really depends on the individual. Like I told you, the reasons I was cheating, it was one of them things where I wasn't satisfied in the relationship, so I went elsewhere. But then you'll hear women say, "Well, he wasn't emotionally there for me," or "This was missing." That was never my issue. I never experienced like, oh, I felt lonely. It was just I get bored, retaliation, or
You
just,
get bored?
yeah.
Damn.
It's like if I keep coming to you in a relationship and saying, "Hey, we need to spice this up," or "Hey, I don't feel like we're growing together," or anything is stagnant and
Okay.
we're not going anywhere, I just go get it from somewhere else.
Serious?
Yeah, that's before I found the Lord.
Before you became a first lady. Gotcha. How long have you been a first lady for thus far?
No, but seriously. And then what I want to ask you, right?
Okay.
Why is it that, or why do you think it's so hard for a man to forgive when his woman cheats? Like women, is notorious. Oh, I'm gonna give him a second chance. But with men, it seems like
What's
they
mine
can't
is
get
mine.
over it. Right. Why
What's
is
mine
that?
is mine. It's territorial. It's a natural territorial thing because of just men are just natural conquerors, right? So you got one element of conquering when he's just out flourishing, like for instance, I give you a prime example: a woman flirting with a man.
Mm-hmm.
If she's flirting with a man, automatically, in I can say from my perspective, that's you want me.
Mm.
You want me. Soon as because you give it too much
attention.
No. See, when a woman is not interested in a man, she's not flirting with him. And any man that hears this will tell you.
The engineer just said, "Mm-hmm." You think so?
Am I right? Hey, can you chime in on this, bro? Can you chime in on this? Seriously.
Some people are just naturally flirty.
Quan, can you chime in on this seriously? And this is from a male perspective. Now, I'm not just talking.
Mm-hmm.
If a woman doesn't like you, she's not flirting with you.
Exactly. And
not saying she's in love with you, she flirts with you, or she just wants to jump you right then and there, but there's an open door right there when she flirts.
Exactly. So in a man's mind, you interested in me, right? Which telling me that something else is going to happen.
Gotcha.
So from a woman perspective, you saying ain't nothing wrong with it. For me, it's disrespectful.
Disrespectful to you?
It's
when
disrespectful.
Your woman flirts. So what do you consider flirting? Because I'm asking because I call everyone love, right? My ex said that was flirting.
That don't count.
So flirting is different for everyone. That's what I'm saying. So from your perspective, what is flirting?
Okay, got you. So we role play really quick. I come up and come on, you say, hey, how you doing?
You don't tell me how to role play.
Well,
okay,
you gonna flirt with me. You gonna flirt with me. You a woman, right?
Okay.
You a woman, so you gonna flirt.
Okay.
So I'm saying, hey, how you doing? We're gonna check you out right now.
Okay, so you're a cashier or something?
Yeah, I want to be a cashier.
Okay.
We checking you out right now.
How you doing, love?
I'm doing good. Okay, thank you.
Okay, I see you looking good back there.
Thank you. Shit, I can show you more than that.
Okay.
Automatically in my mind that we fucking.
Okay. That's because I said you're looking good back there.
You don't
no, but how I said, so that was okay.
You took it. Now you just took his mind in a whole nother area. Once again, when a woman is not interested in a man, she's not giving him no attention. Period.
Okay.
And when a man sees that, like he just said, that's a door open. That's a door open. So you're saying that it's not cheating, but for a man, I'm looking at it like you want every man in your face.
So you think flirting is cheating?
Yes.
Quan, you agree with that?
It's a step.
Oh, okay.
It's a step. Because why are you even doing that if you're with
If
me?
there's no intention to go further.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then why I've been in a situation where women just want a lot of attention. And in a man's mind, a woman that needs that much attention is easy access. And every time a man sees you, because I'm the cashier, every time I see you, what's the first thought that goes to my head? Quan, can you back me up? First thought that goes to my head every time she get in my line is what?
Yeah.
We're a step closer.
Time to talk. Yeah, one
We're
more
a step closer. We're a step closer. You may not give me your number this week.
And there's nothing hotter than a woman that doesn't do that.
Exactly.
When you know she's secure with you,
Yeah.
she's happy with you, and she puts those boundaries up.
Yes.
That's when you know, like, yo, that's a real woman right there.
That's how a man looks at it. So now I have way more respect for you.
Gotcha.
Because when a woman goes and entertains another man, you're entertaining a man talking about, oh, he my friend. I'm not your friend. Men are not your friend, period.
Gotcha.
There are men who have
So
enough
you
control.
can't be a friend to a woman.
I know now. I know my boundaries. Listen to me.
Gotcha.
For me maturing now, I know my boundaries and I know to shut up and bye. I know, seriously. I know to cut the conversation very short.
Gotcha.
I'm not for to sit here and entertain it. I'm not for to sit here and go hang out with you, sit at your house, kick it with you. No. Now it's like, hi and bye. What's going on? You good? Okay, God bless you. It's good to see you. Cool. For me as a man, I know how to cut it off now. But at the other time, she's in my face. Shit, man.
You gonna hit.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Like the opportunity. And that's how men look at it. So when you look at most men, be like, why was you in that other dude's face? Because if you're not interested in him, you're not going to be in his face.
Gotcha.
That's it. But that's how most people, and that's where when you look at a woman, I throw this one out there. Women who have husbands, good husbands, don't floss their man.
Yeah.
Women who
That's true. I agree
women
with
who
that.
have good men who are mature will not floss their man in front of their friends, in front of the social media. She not putting him out there because she know how other women are, and she keeping, it's
When you say floss your man, what do you mean? Elaborate on that. Because I don't think there's anything wrong with posting pictures when you guys are out or whatever. So when you say floss your man, what do you mean?
like making him accessible to everybody. For instance, like when I gave you guys the example when I was in a relationship, and I'm in the relationship, and the person I'm with is just throwing me out there. Everybody, he'll do it. He got you. He'll be there right now. He'll come. So she's mishandling me, which leaves a door open for a woman who don't have a me. So because she don't have a me, what is she like? Oh, I'm finna get him. So when things happen, she get in her feelings, but really you put me in that position.
I get that, but come on, it has to be some accountability for self-control.
There is accountability, but let me break this down to you because most women don't understand this. When there's a family full of women, right? If there's a family full of women and if there's a man come around, there has to be boundaries with that family of women, period. Because when there is a situation where the women are all loose, you think he not going to take none of them down?
Every man isn't like that.
Listen, there is a boundary of respect. There's a boundary of respect.
I
That's
get
what I'm saying.
you're saying, but for instance, right? If I have a man, and even if it's not me flaunting him or putting him out there, and he's being approached by women, period.
Okay.
It's up to him to turn that down. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm bringing them and putting them on his lap, but at some point I'm gonna have to trust that you know how to maintain or how to handle yourself when you're put in a situation.
But I'm bringing up the part of when you throw him out there and make him accessible.
But you just said if it's a
family full of
loose women. You said loose women, meaning
right?
a bunch of hoes.
Yes.
Because you're being real nice with it. So you got a family full of hoes, right?
Yeah.
Then that means my man is a hoe too. Then if he can't come into the trenches, hear me out.
Okay, go for it.
And stuff is being thrown at him and he don't know how to shoot it down, then he's no better than the rest of the hoes.
There is a boundary where we have an understanding and things are balanced. Trust. There's a boundary there. There's a boundary. Yes, you got to get a man that knows how to control himself, but you got to know. That's why I say when most women floss their man, flaunting them around all the family, you know.
But you yourself said that when a man really loves his woman and respects her, that's
Yes.
not going to be a problem. You
No.
said that.
Yeah, exactly. And he will be tempted, but there are men who ain't strong enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming to you in a mature state now.
Mm-hmm.
In my immature state, the first woman, you get what I'm saying, that's throwing herself like, oh wow, I'm with that.
Gotcha.
I'm not into young kids, so that ain't my thing. No teenagers, no, but a woman that's throwing herself like, forget that.
Them cougars, huh?
Ooh, them too. They be the worst because their knees ain't that good when you bend them. But that's another story. So, yeah, a lot of cougars, when you get ready to bend their knees and they, ooh, with they bad backs and stuff, you can't press their back in too hard. Like, you got to be mindful. But that's a challenge. So when we're kind of phasing out the understanding of cheating, in your mind is not cheating when you flirt with a man, but in a man's mind,
No, I said it depends on the individual. Like what you're like. I told you, my ex, was crazy about me saying love, so I stopped because it bothered him. In my mind, it wasn't a big deal. You know what I mean? So it depends. Everybody's not the same. Everyone's not the same.
some people got more insecurities than others.
Yeah, what I'm saying is everyone is not the same. So basically, do whatever works for your relationship.
No, some things are foundational. For instance, when we're talking about
You keep doing that, and I don't understand because you say no and you make your opinion a broad, like this is how everyone thinks. That's not true because you have couples who are truly committed to each other, but they open their bed to other people. That works for them. You know that? No, what I'm saying, that works for their relationship. That's what they agreed to. So when I say that's not everyone, I said you have to do what works for your relationship.
True. And what I'm saying,
Go ahead.
since we
speak.
debating,
We're not debating.
there is, yes, we is.
Okay.
There is just a foundation. That's all I was going to say.
Mm-hmm.
There's a foundation. There's always a foundation of we saying the same thing. I'm just going to say that.
No, you just said we were debating. So if we're debating, we're not saying the
I'm
same
not going to
thing.
debate you.
Okay.
There's a foundation. There's a foundation. So
Right.
here's one of the things when I say is how do you mesh expectations with experience?
Mm.
That's one of the issues. A lot of us have expectations based upon experience as well.
Mm.
So we're expecting, like, I've experienced this, and I'm expecting somebody to step
Give
up
me an
here.
example.
For instance, we use business, right? I've done business, take the risk, ready to go. And I see the potential in you.
Mm-hmm.
So my expectation of you is that you can come and jump in here with me.
Mm-hmm.
My expectation and my experience are two different things because I'm experiencing you on this level.
Right.
My expectation is up here. So it's a lot of times we have
But your expectation might be based off of your, or will be based off your experience. Doesn't mean that my experience matches yours.
That's what I'm saying.
So, okay.
That's exactly what I'm saying because I see the potential in you.
Mm-hmm.
I take risks, right? I take risks. I'm ready to go. You are willing to take a risk.
Why are you looking at
And
me
we stay
like
there.
that?
People what I'm saying. See, when we
I'm
talk about it
listening.
and you are willing to take the risk,
Uh-huh.
but you ain't took the risk.
Okay, so what point are you making?
How
brought up
do
that
you
topic.
mash? How do you mash
Do you have the answer?
expectation and experience?
Do you have the answer?
For me personally, I would say to not live in the regret with a lot of times because I have an expectation, like I have a regret. Most people have regrets because of the fact that they're not patient enough to invest in somebody else.
Okay.
They don't have enough patience to invest in the other person. And that would drift into this part here where we get into relationships and bring our past with our future.
Got you. But I mean, when you think about it, right? So say if you have this expectation and you set the bar high and the person you're interested in, you see the potential, but for some reason they're not reaching that bar. What do you do? Do you meet them where they're at?
Well,
or
you
do
started with meeting where they at.
So, or do you move on? And if you choose to move on, how much time do you suggest one invest in an individual before moving on? You see what I mean? Because messing with potential is like a great area.
Dangerous.
Yeah, it's a great area.
Very.
Because just because I see your potential don't mean you will fully reach it, and don't mean
True.
that it doesn't mean that's what you want. You get what I mean? So like, how much time should one invest in someone's potential?
You can tell when a person's ready to move and when they're not.
Mm-hmm. But just because they're not moving how you want them to move.
No. You can tell when a person's ready to move and when they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
How?
It's just like when you know somebody's interested in you. They're
How?
going to flirt with you.
No, how can you tell when someone's ready to move?
There's a natural spiritual
Don't
thing
do
that
that.
comes
No.
in. No.
If you can't
it's
say
unspoken. It's unspoken, Tasha.
okay, but what should one look for? What should one look for? So you said you would know when someone's ready to move. What if you don't? So what would be some indicators of that where I can, if I
Okay.
see it or hear it, I know, okay, this person is ready to move.
You have trigger words. You have trigger words,
Like,
which is the truth. You have trigger words.
like,
From previous relationships, you have trigger words.
Mhm.
You yourself. So when you hear those trigger words, you automatically know what? It's either going to go forward or backwards.
mm-hmm.
Because you've heard it so many times all over the years. I was buff in high school. I had this, I had that. Now they what? 48?
Obese.
Talking about what they did in the high school.
Right.
And you know mentally this person is stuck. You
Mhm.
automatically know that.
Okay.
So when I see a person and I hear certain trigger words, I know whether they're going to move or not.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us stay based upon the high hope, because I'm a big person where I'm committed with you, I'm committed.
Mm-hmm.
So I see the potential and where it could be, but will it stagnate me by waiting? It does.
Yeah.
How long should a person wait is your question. I personally feel that
For me, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go for it. Go say.
For me, I have to set a time limit. Like, I'm going to give this 60, 90 days, 4 months, 5 months, whatever. Because if nothing's changed by this point, then I'm going to have to put my energy in a different direction because I already vested enough time. So for me, what works for me is to set time. You know what I'm saying?
For you, but that's what you expect, though, from what you expect from it?
I'm speaking for myself. So
Okay.
when I ask you, that's why I ask what works for you. For me, I have to set a time limit on stuff because how I am and what I'm familiar with or what I did in the past was I'll just wait it out. And then I'll look 3 years then pass, 5 years then pass, 10 years then pass, and we're still in the same place. You know what I mean? So
Have you ever been the issue out of any of that?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you have a time limit. So that's an oxymoron.
No, I have a time limit. The time limit is for myself too. So
you're saying because you haven't opened up.
No, it's at this point I have to be selfish because me sitting in, even if I'm the problem, I'm not wasting your time.
Everybody's different.
So no, I'm saying, so if I am the problem and I put a time limit on something, then if I am the problem, we'll see. Let's see if I remove myself,
Okay.
right? We'll see what happens after I remove myself. So I'm not wasting your time or my time.
I had a female tell me that before when she told me.
What's the difference between a female and a woman?
Same person.
No, I'm saying because
Well, when we say a female,
when men say female, I'm asking because sometimes how I take it when men say female, it's less than a woman. So it's right above bitch.
Oh my God, I ain't look at it like that, but okay.
So because what's the difference between a female and a woman? Because sometimes when a man doesn't want to say the word bitch, he be like,
say
these females.
These
right.
female dogs.
So
I got you.
are you referring to a bitch or a woman?
I'm referring to a woman.
Okay,
but
so
every
say
female
woman.
ain't a woman either. But
Exactly.
for the record. But it's an unconscious statement, okay? So I myself have dealt with a woman past tense where she said, okay, well, I give this time limit, but she didn't even want to adapt to trying to make it work for both ends. So it's like she just was like,
So
I'm
you had
done
somebody
with it.
put you on a time like
She did. For me personally, my brain transitioned like I don't give a shit. So that's the first thing that go in my head, like I don't give a shit, whatever.
So then see, she saved both of y'all some time. Because if you were so easily transitioning to I don't give a shit, that means you wasn't fully vested anyway.
When I say I don't give a shit is because of the fact you as a person, you don't when you invest all of your feelings into waiting on a person, right? That ain't trying to invest back into you, you got a problem.
Yeah.
A person that wants you to conform and adapt to them, that's not a healthy situation. So if I conform and I adapt, because that's what I do, I naturally adapt. If I walk into a room and everybody's damn near dumbed down, I just dumb down with it, get through it, and go.
Why?
Because it's the environment. You can't be the smartest one in a room of ignorant people with guns.
So why not just leave the room?
You don't listen.
You get
to
what
me.
I'm saying,
I'm
right?
gonna leave. I'm leaving, but I'm just telling you what I do. It's a survival mode. When I'm dealing with somebody, I recognize where they are. For instance, I'll give the plan. This is me. This is how I operate. Here, right? This is what will allow me to give the fullness of you for what you need and get you there. Now I lay that out. That's men being straightforward. Of me, I'll say Clevonne, being straightforward, direct. If a woman is saying, well, it ain't work. She didn't want to invest into it. So I'm like, well, how could it ever have worked? Some people give that double standard, which ain't cool.
Yeah.
That's what bothers me is, okay, you cut it off, but you didn't even want to put the work in. So you really didn't want to do it from the beginning.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's how I look at it. And you, how would you look at that?
I mean, it's everyone's different. It's like when people tell me their perspective on something, I'm really big with not trying to change it. I'm going to present what I feel, you present what you feel, and I respect your feelings. You know what I mean? Because your experience through life will have you thinking one way, and maybe that's not how it's meant, vice versa. So, I mean, every feeling or to anything is valid to me. You know what I mean? It's not up to me to try to, like, change how someone perceives something.
Okay. I got you.
Do you think you do that a lot?
For what is that?
Like when someone presents a different perspective, do you think that you feel the need if they don't agree with you to try to get them to understand or see it your way? Or do you respect their perspective and move on?
I respect their perspective. The only time I'm going all in is when they don't respect my perspective. Then that's a whole difference. But it's like if that's their perspective, it becomes a thin line. A lot of times I say that. It does become a thin line. So that's a
I
big...
just asked because I seen you like go back and forth in your comment session or whatever, and you were like, "I'm a man, I know." So
a lot of people, yeah, a lot of people. But you have people that be trolling you too.
Yeah,
you have people that literally be trolling you, and they are like, I don't know. There's some people with no damn life out there. So I've dealt with that a whole lot. The biggest challenge, like for instance, where you are in your age, what's one of your biggest challenges now at the age? Because you know time went by fast. Because I know for me as a kid, I thought my mama was old at 30, and then she hit 40. I'm like, my mama's super old, and now here I am in this life, like, damn, she was still young.
I'm at the point now where I pay more attention to how much time and energy I'm invested in things because I understand the importance and the value of time. I understand that that's something you can never get back. So I'm really selective on what I put my time and energy into. You, yourself?
I'm more conscious of my surroundings a lot better. A lot better. Not overly compromising. That's what I say. Because I brought up the deal about just past tense thinking. So now it's more broad of just stepping into your truth.
Right.
Stepping into your truth, not feeling bad, not overthinking, but just
liberating, right? Very liberating.
It feels
how you feel? How you feel now that you're in this new part of your life where you just like, I don't care what you think about me, you know, fuck you, fuck your opinion. How do you feel?
How do I feel about that?
Like internally, like, do you feel like a weight's been lifted off you, or how do you feel?
For me, it was hard. That was hard as hell because I felt guilty. I felt guilty for
being
just being able to be yourself. Because remember, I was saying, like, when you're just amongst people that just always throw your name in the mix, you could be minding your business. People just throw your name in the mix. And you are the talk of the town. You can be in there eating some food and somebody start a fight outside and throw you in the middle of it.
Right.
That was my life, past tense. So now being at the point where I just understand how not to be available, how to say to hell with it. A lot of people don't know how to walk away from it because that's their norm. And you said one time before, what happens when the security of your community is not your support anymore?
Right.
Because you already know it's not security and it's not support, but it's a norm, it's a habit.
Now, how do you feel? Because you said all that and not even answer my question.
I said it felt good.
It feels good?
It feels good to finally get to that point where I'm comfortable enough to say to hell with them. I finally got to that point to say to hell with them, but it took a minute.
Right.
It took a good minute.
It took you to hit 40. Let's realize that because you said when we were young, right, we thought our parents was old at this age. And it's like, I'm to the point now where I'm so happy because the wisdom that I have now versus the foolish shit I was into when I was younger, I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, it was so funny because I had this person washing my hair and she was like, oh, you have some grays here. You want a diet? Nuh-uh. No. I earned this shit. Leave my grays in there.
Yeah.
I'm not, it's like I'm embracing it. I'm loving it. So it's like, I wouldn't change anything.
That's dope.
I wouldn't change anything.
That's dope. I'm at this point right now where I can see like this whole life prophecy from when I was in a coma. I can see my whole life coming to this point like, wow, this is what it was.
So what's next now?
What's next is, like we say, not settling, right? Not settling. For me, for this year of 2022, my goal is to be happy. Nothing less.
What does that look like, Clevonne?
What does it look like is, well...
Lay it out for us, because you've seen it, right? What is your happiness?
No, I don't remember. I remember what happened in the beginning and
okay.
I don't remember what happened in the middle.
As of today, in your seat,
okay,
what is happiness for you?
One, the peace of mind within yourself. That is step one. I did not have that. Even though I look well, I laugh, crack jokes all day, I never had it. Because it took me to start cutting people and things off. And it took me to have to change dialogues too. So I had to really, really learn that. So now I don't spend time to say, well, this person did this person did that. Oh, it took a good minute.
Right.
It feels great. What does it look like now is not being worried over stuff that always stressed you out. Not being, and I take risks, right? There's one great risk I have not taken yet.
Which is?
And I'm going to keep it to myself.
Oh,
No. It's
really?
one great because I'm going to take the risk.
Okay.
And I'm going to come back to it. That's what I'm about to do. But I know where I'm going though. I've always knew where I was going as a kid. You ever been a kid and you've been a dreamer? Like, I'm a dreamer. So I am a big visionary. I've always known where I was going. But I always knew about the science of doing it by yourself. That's why I would always say, I need a spouse. I need somebody to build with. This is what I need. And most people say, you don't need that. Well, I did need to heal within. That's one. But I also know that there's still a need. That is still a need, regardless how you look at it. And that will be achieved now that I've had to go through even more healing.
Right.
What I did last week and what I did this week are two different things.
Exactly. And it's like, because I know I've been that person that been in your ear like, no, you need to be by yourself. You need to do this or whatever. And I'm going to just put it out there like that. I only came to you or was telling you that because that's what I had to do through my healing process. You know what I mean? Get used to being by myself, be happy and content with being by myself. Because it's like, once you are at that point, you won't settle. Because no one can come in and, disturb your peace, basically, because you're okay with being alone. So therefore, I'm not just going to accept anything because I have a void of being, by myself.
Yes.
So it's like, of course, I think everyone has a desire to be in a partnership, a lifeline partnership. But until you're at a point where you're okay with being by yourself, you'll find yourself repeating the same cycles like you said you were doing.
I'll say these two different things. Now, I understand the transition of being to yourself to work on healing or to get things out, but I don't encourage people to stay by themselves forever.
No.
But most people, remember I told you from the community, you're oppressed. You don't need nobody, you're a strong woman. You don't need to be in a relationship. So knowing that mindset, I'm not going to transition that mindset over.
No.
And not be fearful, because there's a fear that's afflicted into people where they're fearful to be with somebody else, to be happy, to fix themselves along the way. No, I can't have that fear anymore.
Right.
So that's my mindset as far as transition now. But you, what would be your biggest fear? Because like I could say, people who have fear, their fear will kill you.
Mm-hmm.
People's fear will kill you.
From all the conversations we done had on
Yes.
air and off air,
Uh-huh.
what do you identify as my fear? I'm going to ask you that.
Yours?
Yeah.
What's not normal?
You think so?
I know
now,
so.
you're speaking of a person that picked up and moved across country.
Don't matter.
That wasn't normal. I disagree with that. I think I'm saying why I disagree with that because I do take, I take, you know what I'm saying, risks, but mines are more calculated. So like you're the type of person, we're going to go bungee jump, right?
Okay.
And you'll just go and bungee jump. Me, I'm going to research the facility,
Uh-huh.
see how many incidents they had,
Okay.
and then I'm going to go bungee jump. You, like, nah, come on.
No. From what I know of you thus far, you'll research the facility, know where they at, know how much they cost, and then you'll keep putting it off.
You think so?
I know so. You ask my
'Cause you a
honest
man?
opinion. I'm a man. I know. Whatever with the sarcasm. But truthfully, and so coming back to you, I'll use you as an example. The biggest thing for you yourself is surpassing the fear of what's not normal. When we all go back to what's normal. I've done it so many times. Remember I was telling you all, I say, I keep picking up the same type of women all the time. The women who I knew would fight for me and fend for me, I pushed them off. So
Why is that?
Because my norm was always the ones that were easy. I never attracted what I needed. That was a big flaw.
Low-hanging fruit. The low-hanging fruit.
Low-hanging fruit. And so most people know what they need and know what they love, but they don't attract that. They attract what's convenient. So they get with the person that they know.
Or they attract where they are.
So for me, I would just operate out of pure convenience, what's in the community, whatever's going on right then, I'll jump on it, right?
Or whoever was throwing themselves at you.
Yes, because here's the dilemma. I conflicted. My wires crossed when I'm saying I need help, and I just jump with anybody. I'm going to get help with anybody. I never got to know the person. I never researched. That was my flaw.
Gotcha.
So now fast forwarding it, I know what I need to fix. For you yourself, anything that's out of the normal, what you control, you're not interested.
Oh, you acting like Ron now. I'm strong. That's what you said.
No, truthfully, that
the
is
controlling aspect of it.
You always control. You always control. You always control. And so that's why when we made
it's a great area.
The type of men that you've always brought in are men that you.
The type of men that I attract, right? They say their mouthpieces like out of this world, right? But the actions never matched up. So I give them the benefit of the doubt in the beginning. But then as soon as I see an area of weakness or a flaw, then I feel like I have to take control. You get what I mean? So it is what it is.
I'll give you a prime example. If I myself was dealing with you, right? If I myself was dealing with you, I would be a threat to you.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
Boy, please stop.
You see the
Stop.
arrogance? No, the truth.
Stop. That's the truth. No. How you?
Tosha, I'm going to tell you why.
Okay, listening.
Because I am not your norm. I'm giving you an example. I am not your norm. You're used to dealing with on this level down here. So for me, I'm coming to the table to say, we're going to go out and we're going to make millions of dollars. We're about to get ready to go. We're going to travel the world and build over here. And you're like, what the fuck? Let's start over here. I'm going to research and calculate.
Wait, first off, my voice don't sound like that.
I'm going to research. I'm going to research and calculate. I don't know. We need to see what are the cause and effect of that. Hold on. I'm going to get to it. Your fear will kick in just like that.
Okay.
Because I know you. So you're not a one. So what you will do is you will put it into the realm of your control. So yeah, you get with somebody that got a great mouthpiece, but they'll never amount to the actions you need to complement you. So because you stay in control, that's why you're going to get with that one right there. Well, he got some.
So you're saying that I have to be in control. That's what you get from me.
You always got to be. You just said it out of your own mouth.
I said when I seen an area of weakness, or
because you knew there was an area of weakness.
Okay.
If they're weak,
you know yourself. You know yourself. You'll be in a relationship because we both spoke about how we jump into relationships, right? And then you don't find out something until after you're already in the relationship.
No.
So you're saying that never happened to you?
No. Okay. I'm saying no, because I was going to throw the idea out there.
Okay, go ahead.
What I was saying is we all see the pros and the cons with the person, period.
Mm-hmm.
We all see the red flags. Everybody do. We just overlook it. We compromise. We all do it. When we get to a part of something that's not our norm is when we draw back very fast.
Okay.
That's why you will never... How many millionaires have you been with?
None.
Exactly.
And you? How many you been with?
Couple. I put that on my kids.
Mm-hmm. How long it lasts?
Couple nights.
Exactly.
No, I'm going to tell you why. No, I'm going to break this down.
Because you was good enough to fuck.
No, listen to this. No, it ain't about that. I'm going to
Yes.
tell. Listen, Linda, listen.
Okay.
Because they seen my flaws, my insecurities, they left.
I just said that. I said you were just good enough to fuck.
I was, but they seen my potential. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. They seen my potential and told me to my face, when you're ready, you're not ready.
You don't listen. I just said the same thing. They seen that up front, but they left after they fucked. So you were good enough to fuck.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
And got a couple callbacks, yes. They ain't no better than me. They're
no,
people.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying that's what it was, right?
True.
So as soon as, usually when you get with a woman and she identify an area of weakness, she'll get what she want and get on. And men are the same way. Men are the same way.
But you prey off of that yourself.
Oh, wow. I'm a predator?
Yes. Because you said it one time. You said, I see the flaw.
I said before I went to therapy.
No.
I said before I found the Lord.
Yeah, exactly. And before you became an evangelist and the first lady. Here's the truth. Here's the truth. Yes, you do.
So what do I pray on?
That goes back to what I just said. You pray on what you can control.
Okay.
So even though he may be handsome on the outside, blah, 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 he working 9 to 5, he ain't no threat. He ain't going to get it together. He going to stay right here. I'm cool with that. He's a part of this little club.
Now, see, that's where we differ because I don't mind a man that works a 9 to 5.
It ain't about the 9 to 5. It's about the control.
That's not what you just... I get what you're saying.
I'm giving you an analogy.
You getting touchy on it. You getting touchy. I thought you said you respect other people's perspectives.
That ain't nothing. You just don't want to hear about your issue.
And no, I don't mind hearing about my issues.
So, but it is the truth. Is you asked me a question on live. I'm just putting it out there. This is a thing where we have to acknowledge within ourselves. Some dude gonna look at it and be like, all right.
Okay, I got you.
No woman, when a woman sees a man weakness, because I've been in a position where I've just made myself overly vulnerable weak, right? Mm-hmm. Because I'm in my weakest moment, and most men want to come to a woman and break down crying.
No, that's not what I mean by weakness, right?
No,
when I said they have a good mouthpiece, right? When they have a good I can do this, I can do that, I can do this. So they're painting a picture like they can actually lead, like they have this whole plan. And then once we get in the trenches and I see, nah, your skill set is not where you said it is. You know what I mean? And instead of them admitting, like, for instance, I was with one guy, he was like, yeah, I know how to budget. I can find, I know about finances, credit. Cool. I get in the trenches with him. He don't know shit.
I could believe that.
You know what I mean? And then so like now it went from, nah, you're not finna manage my money. We're not getting a joint bank account because you don't even know how to manage your own. That's the weakness I'm talking about. I'm not speaking about the emotional or any of that. I'm saying where a person's pointing a picture like, yeah, we're going to put our ends together. I manage this. And then I'm watching how you run through your money and how you're careless with what you're spending. No, you're not touching my money.
But you was in control at the end.
I'm going to always be in control of.
Boom.
Can I finish? Boom. I'm always be in control of me, just like you should always be in control of you. Is when we come together, right? I'm not looking for anyone that's trying to strip my control. I'm not trying to strip yours. We should remain individuals that come together, right? And then we form this one bond. I'm not looking for someone that's gonna let me control them. I don't want to control you.
But you've always gotten people that you was in control with.
That's not true. That's not true. Clevonne, this is like
Tosha.
me. This is like me telling you about every relationship you've been with. I didn't see. I just know what you tell me.
But
right?
they were the same patterns of what I told you. That's
okay.
the point. The point I was making.
I respect your perspective.
No, listen. When I was giving you the emotional aspect, I was talking about when a man breaks down, a woman will look at him as weak. I was giving the different analogies and then you intervened with, I seen how you mismanaged.
Mm-hmm.
I was just giving the different analogies of how different levels of how a man would look weak.
Mm.
That's how, but you finished it off.
So from your experience with women, when you broke down emotionally, they identified you as weak.
It's an automatic flaw. Yeah, I've done
You think
that.
so?
It's an automatic flaw, yes. It's automatic. Unless a man is in a relationship with you,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to look at him a little different. He your friend, and you know he like you. He calling you crying because he want to get some cat.
Wow. Seriously?
I'm sorry to break the man code on that one, but yeah.
Okay, so you're saying it's impossible for a man to be emotionally vulnerable to a woman without trying to fuck. That's coming out of your mouth.
What
You
did
a man,
hear?
you know. So,
Man, look. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Okay.
If he's coming to you, most men take the friendship route. Listen to what I'm saying. It's playing on your emotions to get closer to you because he can't get close to you without being your friend because he don't have no other route.
Okay.
So how many guys have you befriended or been cool with that come out and be like, you know, I like you? A lot.
Are you answering for me?
Go ahead and answer.
A few.
You.
But I have a lot of male friends. Well, we don't interact every day anymore. But we never crossed that line, and it was never I like you or you know what I mean.
Did you know that they liked you?
No. The ones I knew of are the ones that said it. Actually, no. Mm-mm.
You can believe whatever you want to believe because you're a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And women try to write books about men when a man is telling you what's going on in the book of a man.
Mm-hmm.
So that becomes a challenge in its own. I'll just say
I'm
that.
not debating you on that, Clevonne.
But I would say for a lot of people, a lot of times, because this happens with a lot of us, I run into people that want to be in charge with no vision. And that's something that always bothered me. When people want to be in charge, just take lead and I'm going to show you what to do. Like you were telling me, I budget finances, I do all this. Good talk, but they don't really do it.
Right.
So that's always a big struggle.
Or a person that has a vision and no plan.
Definitely. Definitely vision, no plan. I want to ask you this question. What do you think about a lot of the women that be dressed half naked?
I don't think anything. I'm not that kind of person. If that's who you are, that's who you are.
No, I'm just asking the question.
That's who they are.
When they're saying, I need a good man, a man ain't trying to get at me, what's your thought on that when you see that as a woman?
There's someone for everyone. It's like I really don't judge people like that. See, we come from two different backgrounds. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, that's what stage they are in their life right now. Here I am, 41, right?
Okay.
Am I 41 or 42? I don't know.
42.
But right.
She's 42.
Yeah, I just turned 42, right? So, who I am today is not who I was when I was 19 or 20. 19 or 20, I didn't mind wearing the little shorts and having my cheeks out. Now, where I do look at some people and be like when you see these women that's in their 40s and 50s and they're still on stuff they should have been on in their 20s.
That's you
and
passing
got out
judgment.
I said where I'm admitting where I looked where it's a woman of age and she's carrying herself as a teen and then they wonder why they only attract a certain kind of men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because this is where you're at, but you're presenting yourself this way. So I understand. But when I see little young girls, what I call young girls, like late teens, early 20s, even close to 30, enjoy life.
So
I mean, that's where
I asked you that question only because a lot of times some people pose like, I'm going to find a good person, whatever else. And go back to what we were saying earlier. A lot of times we just got to go back to like foundational stuff. Really prep our kids for foundation.
Right.
That's what's going to secure them. Regardless how they dress or whatever else, if they have the foundation, they'll be successful in all aspects. That's my opinion.
Do you think you try to control like your kids as far as how they present themselves to the world, as far as their appearance, what they're wearing? I understand how you are with your daughters, right? I understand how you are with your daughters. But do you think that a person could go overboard with that?
It depends. Because here's where it becomes imbalanced. one, when you got kid over here getting one perspective, and then you got a kid over in this house getting another perspective, and both parents ain't on the same page.
Right.
That becomes a challenge. The reason why I look at things like that is because predators pay attention to your kids too. That is one of the biggest things that bothers me the most, is that there are so many mothers, people, I'm not even going to say just mothers. There are people that will put their kids in positions for predators to prey on them. Most people that don't do their kids' hair, automatic attraction to a predator. Most kids who come out filthy, automatic attraction to a predator. When you drop your kids off and let anybody watch them, automatic attention to a predator. So when kids are becoming violated, it becomes normal. Most people have relatives or other kids that they know are predators in the family, and they'll keep taking those kids over there, even though they know that there's a predator at that house.
Right.
Because they say, oh, they're going to learn, they're going to grow up. No. You're putting that kid in a position.
In danger.
In danger. And what happens to that kid psychologically when they grow up down the line? And they're trying to repair that. That's why I have a problem with it. So when I look at it as a father, I would say that, yes, there's a way I want my daughter to present herself. I don't want my teenage daughter walking around with a mini skirt on, thinking it's okay to show all her stuff.
I totally agree with that.
You save that for a husband down the line, but you know why I can't tell her that? Because I have her in two different households.
You still can tell her. It's a way. No, I'm saying you could still, like, okay, this is why I don't. I think it's one of those things where if you explain it, where we come from a generation where our parents was like, because I said so. Right? But when you sit down and actually have a conversation with a child and explain why you view something a certain way, they absorb the information better. You know what I'm saying? Like, the reason I asked, because I have a teenage son when he just turned 17.
Okay.
And the way we was raised, he's like one of those Lil Uzi Vert type people.
Yeah,
like
I get it.
The black fingernail polish,
You just letting them be free.
I'm letting him do him. You know what I'm saying? Express. I don't want to put my idea of manhood on him, because I just got to an age where I understand that the clothes don't make.
Let me ask you this question. What man do he have in his life that's foundating him?
What you mean?
That's giving him information, that's giving him...
My ex was there, but my ex is more stern than me. He's not there, like, he's out the house now. Like I said, my ex, he's more stern. Man, if he was there, the fingernail polish, we'll be arguing about that. So you know what I mean? So it's like, but that's because he's religious. You know what I mean? He's religious, so he's what I call a Bible thumper.
The brainwash.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, I don't.
I would say, you ever seen that video where a guy calls his daughter and she like, you ain't got no money for me, daddy? I ain't got nothing to say to you. And he like, why are you talking to me like that? You remember that video? The guy was driving, talking to his baby, and then the daughter going off, but she talking like the mama. That's what I mean when I say the disconnect happens a lot in the homes. It's bad enough that you had child support established. It's bad enough that you had court system established. It's bad enough that you had welfare established.
You said child support is a bad thing?
It sucks. It sucks. It's a system. And the reason I'm going to say it's the system is because when a man don't do, you have some parents that can work together.
Right.
Much respect to them. And then you have, and they agreed, like, let's just put it on child support. I'll make the payment there. We don't have to, they're mature enough. But you have some, I've experienced myself, where the baby mama go down there, I'm going to put you on child support. You going to feel this. Now you got child support defending her ignorance. You got the court system saying you can't be there.
The whole system is rigged. I think it's messed up. I think that when you go to that situation, I think it should just be a joint situation.
It should be automatically.
It should be joint, and then everything, tallied, 50%, 50%. But I think it should just be joint.
I'll say this.
Unless there's a situation where it can't be.
I've seen kids that were smart as hell. Listen to me. When I was working in the district teaching, I seen kids that were smart as hell put in special education because the parents didn't want to take out time to work with those kids.
Or they didn't fight it. Yeah.
No, they didn't care because they got a check for them. See, this is the system. If they're in special education, they get a check for them. So now it's a code. Now the kid is a product of the system. So when the kid go out and commit a crime, they're not saying he's special ed. They saying he committed a crime, whether he's slow or not. So when I bring up the thing about kids being pedophiles and stuff like that, they ain't looking at that, but they're saying he's because he's special. Let it happen. There is the parents that stay on top of their kids ain't in special education. The parents that work together, they're not playing those child support games. Mm-hmm. They say, what you need, I got you. They get into another relationship. They say, hey, this is my dude. Okay, is your dude a good fit around my kid? Let's all talk. Mm-hmm. Those are healthy relationships that kids need to see, because kids will grow up to respect both parents, respect the step parent and whatever else. But most people will bring another person in out of being vindictive. And now the kid is torn because, remember, mama in the system, you didn't pay. Now, I've even had kids say, he ain't pay his child support. He don't need to see me. So now I got to pay for a car I can't drive? Why am I even going to try to go over there and pick it up? It's the truth. And so for me personally, I've been through the system. That's why I told people, when I personally from experience, I just say, you know what, I'm not going to fight that.
Right.
If that's what they want, so be it. Kids miss out on a father. The kids need a father more than the money. Mm-hmm. Because if they got the father, they got the balance. But there are mothers out there that will purposely try to be vindictive to turn the kids against the father. Mm-hmm. Hands down. They will say manipulative things, put the kids in situations just to turn them against the father. I don't think that's cool. And that's why I feel like accountability needs to be there. So you say if they go to court, it should be automatic 50-50, but then that would take more money away from the county, the city, and the state.
Yeah.
They make billions of dollars from you being on child support, especially if you're on welfare. Guess what? Welfare got a fee for you being on child support too. Did you know that?
No.
So now welfare gets a cut of you putting him on child support. Now he pay welfare, pay you. He got to still pay his bills. He got to still get things for his kids. So they're breaking the man down. Mm-hmm. So when they break him down, he will never be a whole suitable parent for the kids. Mm. So now if he broken, he ain't gonna never be there. That part, I hate that shit because I've lived that shit.
We know.
It really sucks. That's all I want to say. It really sucks. Right. I don't think people should play those games, but there's a lot of mothers where even if the man is paying all the bills and looking after them, they say, oh, he weak, he this, he that. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's cool. Do not teach your kids to bash their father because they need their father more than they need you, or just as much as they need you. They need you to be the nurturing. They need him to be protecting.
They need balance.
Yes.
They need balance.
So I look at it, I'm going to say this last point really quick. A lot of our boys miss the struggle of how to go out there and get it a lot of times too, because they don't have a man to show them how to get it. They have strong women. I give you much props, but there's a different element that comes from a man that he just brings automatic. His presence alone sets the tone. When messy family come over, when friends.
I remember that. I remember like we'd be running wild in the house, and then when Dad got home from work, we calm the fuck down. Yeah. It was just his presence. He didn't even have to say anything. We just knew he was home.
But you had a father in the home. My daddy was, as soon as he come over, be like, oh, here this motherfucker come, dude. Oh, what you over here for? You ain't got no food? Like, right. We was taught to disrespect my father. Mm-hmm. Even though he's in the streets, he's doing whatever, we were taught to do that. I would never recommend that. Now that I'm older and I'm mature, guess what I did? I birthed children with women where I kept the cycle going. Now it's things where I say, okay, I'm more conscious. Mm-hmm. I don't sit there and blame the woman. I don't sit there and say she did this, she did that. I know I'm more conscious and say.
Your audience will say different, sir.
No. Oh, my audience will hear me say fuck them, with the drama. I'm not going to sit here and play into it. It's all good. It's maturing. Because I used to play into it. Where my kids at? I call 311. Police never show up. Then I swear to God, I called the number. I want to see my kid. I didn't miss work. They call my lawyer, have to pay him again. Mm-hmm. They have to pay the court system to refile the paperwork. You lose money. So that's what I'm saying. It's breaking him down so he will never be a whole person for the kid. I hate that.
Okay.
I hate that, but that's another story. So with you being a strong, fearful woman,
never
what
said
would you?
That. Why every time?
I'm being funny.
No, but I'm saying why? What is this? Because I want to deal with this.
Come on.
You and Ron, or even it's not just you two. People who encounter me,
Thank you.
They always say you're so strong. I have never said that about myself, and I find this so fucking disrespectful.
You find it disrespectful.
Yes.
You know why you find it disrespectful? Because you never addressed it head on.
I find it disrespectful because when you tell me how I perceive it, right? Because usually it's like when I'm going through a break or when I'm like out of it. oh, you'll pull through, you're strong. No, the hell I'm not.
Now, I would not tell you that.
I say it all the time. I'm resilient. I get through shit. But to me, when you say I'm strong, right, it's not allowing me to be vulnerable. It's like, and if I feel like if I am vulnerable, it's perceived as me being weak. You get what I mean?
So that
am I losing you?
So that goes back to what I was telling you about a man.
What? Like when you were addressing whatever you was going to say, why did that come out your mouth? You're strong. You're independent. Why did that come out your mouth?
I just say that to you as a figure of speech, just a quote I just say to you.
Why?
I know you, so I'm not going to bring in a personal experience of
no,
trying
I
to
want to
compare
know.
and contrast.
I want to know what makes you say.
Presence.
Okay.
Most people always tell me, you know, when you walk in a room, people feel your presence.
Mm-hmm.
You have a strong presence.
Okay.
That's it. But I haven't put you in a category to say she can handle everything. Hell no. I never did do that to you.
Okay.
I just say you're you just a strong woman.
Okay.
But I never had a chance to even
get it out because my strong personality took over.
Yeah, because like you just try to check me. Yes, boss. So, hey, look, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. I truly appreciate this whole dialogue right here because we just bringing up connectivity.
That's it. Look, choke
Get
on
out
it.
of me, devil.
Choke on
When
it.
the last time somebody prayed for me? Damn. No, but seriously though, it connectivity because it's so many elements of different things that happen around us, and just us bringing it up and addressing it.
Yeah, open dialogue is always good.
Just addressing it and just different views. So we automatically know. I would say because you have a strong presence.
Okay.
When do you ever be vulnerable around the right person? Have you ever been vulnerable? Been able to just be fully vulnerable?
I'm not one of them people that when I'm going through stuff and make it publicly known, I usually internalize it and I shut down and I deal with it alone. So it's like, I understand it when people see me and they know, if they know what I'm going through, they're like, oh, she's so strong or whatever. But it's because I go hide, deal with it, because I don't like to be, you know how some people be all on social media and putting out it, or either one of them people that call and tell everybody their problems. That's not me.
Have you ever had a man that tried to just love you through it?
My father.
And that's what you haven't had.
What's that? I mean, you gonna turn into Dr. Phil on me today.
I got you. Hey, because all the time when you brought up about me chasing
always,
them,
this has been.
No, it is, and I know I just touched a nerve right there. But seriously though, what we need, listen to what I'm saying. That's what you need.
Right.
That presence right there is security of what you need, and because that's what you need in your life. I would definitely say that. Okay. For you, your presence, your personality, and just you're a cool person. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being present in my life. Like for where you are now, I thank you. There are no words that can express. I appreciate you more than you ever know. I just want you to know that. To everybody out there as well, we love you. We thank you. We appreciate you. Until we all meet again, hey, keep moving. I love you, Tosha.
I love you too, man.